Hello, out there in lunch therapy land. I think there's some kind of technical problem going on, but we're just going to roll with it. I think it might be going out to the wrong, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe somebody in the chat room can tell me their experience with lunch therapy, episode 335. I'm just glad to be here. Behind me is, I'll never get that right. Behind me is me doing hummingbird push-ups. It's something that I highly recommend. It's push-ups, but your hair flies around like you're a bird or something like that. Let me see I don't know. Let's see what's happening. I restarted the program. That was a mistake. Let's see. There are some people in the chat room, so we are going out somewhere. I don't know where, but let me check with the chat room here to see if there is some kind of technical problem that I can remedy. Which, who knows if I can, right? Who knows? Let me see. Yeah, there seems to be an alternate reality going on with lunch therapy that I'm just going to have to act like it's not happening. Because there's not much I can do. I don't have a chat room. Let me see if I can do a little bit of texting to see if I can remedy the situation. I don't know. Let's see. Sometimes on lunch therapy, weird things happen, and I don't know. Yeah, there's me. I'm okay. We're okay. Sometimes on lunch, it's okay. Hopefully someone will show up. I think that I have now evaded most of my audience, but okay. Yes. Oh, I see some chatting going on. I appreciate that. I appreciate the hoy. Seems okay. Love the floppy hair. Not sticking now. Okay. I see the chats. I don't quite have them to put on the screen yet, but I will in a second, and I will get on with this show. Hoy. All right. So that's me freaking out. If you want to see what it looks like when I freak out, that's what it looks like. Not sticking now. Tina Adams is here. Hi, everybody. All right. So we're going to have to breathe. We're going to have to breathe. That is a lot of push-ups. You'd think I'd be like in incredible shape after that. Here we go. Let's get on with the show. I'm going to get myself a modem. 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 Yes, it's over. The trauma of the video problem is over, and now it is time for some healing vibrations. Got a great show for you today. I am going to explore birds aren't real. We're going to get out there, get down on the ground group, get there with the grassroots movement of birds aren't real. Behind me is one of my favorite relaxation techniques, which is called healing vibrations. They have a YouTube channel, they have a website, they have all kinds of, you can listen to them on, I don't know, Spotify, wherever the heck you listen to things, iTunes, all that stuff. Sometimes I put them on while I work out. Yeah. Drew and Travis, they're there in the Pacific Northwest, both of them from Linwood, Washington, in Seattle, doing the Healing Bowls. They are doing a whole new segment now where our series, I guess it's a series, and it's for astrological signs. So behind me, this is the one for Aries. So there are a lot of people with birthdays coming up, Aries people. I know Kamala's one of them. I know Liz Lopez is another. A lot of Aries in my world, a lot of Aries women. I highly recommend them. They are fierce, loving, intelligent people. But am I real? I don't think I'm real today. I'm starting to really feel like maybe I'm not real today. But we'll get into the reality of things. What is reality? Who knows? Apparently artificial intelligence is going to ruin reality, so we don't have to worry about ruining it ourselves. Real piece of work. He's a real piece of work. Aries rule is the first sign of the zodiac. Is it? How does that work? You'd think that would start in January or something, but maybe I'm just stuck on my own calendar. Maybe there's a different astrological calendar, of course. Of course, I have my own calendar. And in my calendar, every day is lunch therapy day. Every day is like a Groundhog Day. So healing vibrations, they're doing great work. Don't be scared by the fire. I think probably that's indicating the fire of the Aries, the sign of the Ram, which of course, here in Los Angeles, we have the Los Angeles Rams that just won the Super Bowl. Yeah. So they're probably Aries, I would imagine. All of them, the whole team is Aries. Let's see here. In astrology, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, considered as governing the period from about March 21st to April 29th. That's one of the things, too, about astrology is like, it says governing the period from about March 21st. Why is it always about? Like I'm on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio because it just seems to keep changing. Why can't they just nail down a date? Maybe it has something to do with the time you were born. I think it's time to breathe. Let's take in 3 deep breaths this time, like all other 334 shows. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Boy, do I need that. I'll tell you. I'm sure there are some people out there that need some breathing as well. I want to recommend that people share the show with their friends. You can do it through YouTube. You just grab a link, put it on your page, say, hey, if you want to take a break from the crap, this show will do it for you. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Yeah, share the love, share the breathing, share the animals. In through the nose, out through the toes. Got a lot of animals today. Hold it. Let it go. Yeah, so I invite people to just come into the show just even briefly, make a weird little chat, make a comment, come back later on when the show's over, go back to Lunch Therapy, Joel Marshall's Lunch Therapy channel, watch any show, make a weird comment, subscribe, because we got to get this thing out there because people need healing, right? People need healing. Speaking of healing, I've got a lot of techniques for healing besides healing vibrations. I'm going to stop that now. I'm going to get into this. Thank you, Healing Vibrations, for allowing us to play your videos on the show. This is another thing called, this just looks like, what does this look like? It looks like a bed in an interesting place. I'll tell you it's interesting because it's on a train. Yeah, this is a bed on a train. This is something called Ambience, something I've had on the show before. One of my favorite ways to relax. Let's say you just need some like white noise in the background. Maybe you need to get some rest and you need some kind of a noise in the background that just makes everything cool. Plus you want that kind of hoogie feeling. I don't know, we talked about this a while back on the show. Hoogie is an experience when you're just real cuddly and cozy and maybe it's snowing outside and you're just in a nice warm like blanket or something like that. It's like it's a northern European concept, I think. And it's just, sometimes people are trying to find that. And ambiance can deliver the hoogie. I'll tell you that. Mike Knox says if the fire was healing. Yeah, fire can be healing. Burn away all the anxieties. Yeah, this is like being on the Orient Express. You can just, anytime you want, you can dip into the old Ambience here. It's totally free here on YouTube. And they have all kinds of different cool stuff. Because look at this. Look at this. You can be on a boat. That's kind of fun. Being on a boat. You know, one of my favorite things, one of my favorite videos from Saturday Night Live is the one about the guy who has a boat. I don't know if you've seen that. I'm on a boat. Free hoogies. Yeah, you could eat a hoogie. What? Okay, so some places they call a big sandwich a hoagie. I don't know where that is. Other places they call it a Subway sandwich, a sub. Are there other names for those? Possibly, if we have enough time, we're going to get into some cool stuff where we show maps of the United States and the different phrases that they use. And that should be really fun. Yeah, so this is like we're on a boat without all the expenses of having a boat, because having a boat apparently sucks unless you're just like incredibly wealthy or something. Grinder. Yeah. So hoagie, Subway sandwich, grinder. Is there another one? Like in Philadelphia, what do they call it? They call it a grinder? I don't know. I wonder. Anybody from Philadelphia out there? Sounds like someplace. Philadelphia. I mean, I don't know why Philadelphia comes to my mind. They have a sandwich, Philadelphia sandwich. I'm sure they do. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, they have chipped beef. You go down to someplace, get the chipped beef. I don't know. I don't know what they call it there though. The sandwich. Paninis. During the holidays on Ma Ambiance, you can sit in a world of pumpkins. It's kind of scary, but there's something hoogie about all the pumpkins with their lights. So that's cool. We got some really serious breaking news coming up. And I want to invite everybody. I'm having a chat room. I'm having a problem. I think I need to post the show on Facebook again, because I think what's happening is there's a link to a show that's not happening because somehow I screwed everything up. But I'm not going to worry about it. I've got the koala bear here. If anybody wants to share the show on their Facebook or someplace, just in case my links are all screwed up. Todd is here from Los Angeles. Todd Lee. We're going to have a report from him later on. Is that a picture of your boat? Yeah, Todd, I got a boat. I'm coming out to... Todd is in Maui. Yeah, he's in Maui, which is cool. And I don't think he has a boat out there, but he might have a koala. He's in Maui, and he's going to give us a live report from Maui, if you can believe it. Yeah, this is going to be cool. Next thing is some dogs. I know that Todd likes dogs. Who doesn't like dogs, right? Who does not like dogs? It's like pizza. Everybody likes pizza. Everybody likes dogs. They have a cool comedy club in Maui. They do? What's it called? Mike, have you been to Maui and done comedy? Because that seems like a slam dunk. Comedy and Maui. When I was there with Todd Lee, we went to a magic show. Annabelle's magic show. I've been trying to get this guy on the show ever since then. Warren and Annabelle. Yeah, Warren is this incredible magician who, I'll show you this thing here real quick. Warren and Annabelle's. When the sun goes down, the fun begins. So Todd dragged me to Warren and Annabelle's, and boy, was I glad. that he dragged me there. There's an episode of Lunch Therapy way back where I tell the story of how he dragged me through a volcano in the rain. And we were like on a cliff and I almost died. But at the end, the reward was Warren and Annabelle's magic show. This guy, Warren, I'm trying to look to find out what his full name is because he's super cool. Anyway, his name is Warren, I guess. Warren. And he was like the greatest magician I've ever seen in my entire life. And one of the greatest comedians I've ever seen. So he's got comedy and magic going on right there. This is my advertisement for Warren and Annabelle's magic show. And I think Todd should maybe report from there. I think that'd be a good idea. Annabelle is a ghost. Yes, Annabelle is a ghost. So you get this wonderful, splendid meal when you go to Warren and Annabelle's. Not a sponsor. But, and at the same time, there's a piano there and a ghost sits down. You can't see her, of course. And she plays music while you enjoy this wonderful food. All right. I'm already dancing today. Already the dancing is happening. Jose, I'm so glad to see you here, I must say. I have been meaning to call you because, I don't know, just say hi. But I guess I'm saying hi now. Jose. Yes. Warren told me he lived in Granada Hills. I don't know what it means. Did he live in Granada Hills? Oh, yes, they have poo-poo platters at Warren and Annabelle's too. And that is actually something good. It sounds weird, but it's a Hawaiian thing where they got a platter of food. Line is always open. All right. Good to see you, Jose. Okay, so now we got to get on to this serious topic because we do have a serious breaking news item. Let's get into it. Breaking news. I got to go into newsman mode here. I need one of those shirts. Like I saw this sketch earlier this week where the guy had like a thing that fits on and it makes a tie and makes him look like a newscaster. So I think I need that in the transition. On the show multiple times, maybe you're sick of it, we've talked about Peter McIndoe, who is the founder of Birds Aren't Real. Birds Aren't Real is an organization dedicated to getting out as much information about the fact. Anyway, they're bird truthers. They're the most outspoken bird truther movement in the United States. Founder Peter McIndoe says he's been spreading the word that 12 billion birds from 1959 to 2001, pretty much all the birds in our country, all the birds in the country have been replaced by surveillance drones. That's what he says. So I want to take a moment and just, remember the birds of the United States. I don't know where they've taken them. I don't know what they did with them. I hope they did not kill them. I hope they just sent them other places. I'm the king of the hummingbirds. So I was a little disturbed by this because hummingbirds, the only real hummingbirds that I know personally are here in the United States. So to just the thought that they could be drones really is disturbing. And I have a chart of the different birds, different drone birds, and the hummingbird is on there. They're surveillance drones. I don't know. That's what Peter McIndoe says, and I tend to believe him because he's very emphatic. Emphatic people. The amount of birds watching me in Maui is unreal, making me feel important. Well, maybe you are, and now that you're broadcasting the world, I don't know. You're going to get a lot more birds because they're really going to want to know what you're doing. Birds aren't real. If birds aren't real, then you aren't real. Then all of us are also unreal, and that we might be unreal. True dat, we don't exist. We are just a compilation of stories. I don't mind being a compilation of stories because there are good ones. There's a lot of good ones out there, and Peter McIndoe is one of them. Here he is, announcing his Media Freedom March. So recently what happened is they did a lot of stories about him in the media, and they were trying to, I guess, trying to discredit him. And because it seems crazy, you know, a lot of times when, you know things and people think you're crazy. Yeah, that is deep. It's totally deep. I guess I can't take up taxidermy. Not in the United States if you're going to do birds. But, okay, so here he is, Peter McIndoe, announcing on Instagram about his media rally.
Sex. We are suing every major media corporation. I'm not kidding. We've got lawyers and filed the paperwork. Last month, a lot of you media called us a joke, a parody. Well, guess what? That's called libel and defamation, and we're not taking it any longer. We're suing every one of you, and we're holding a protest at your front doorstep. As a lot of you know, the whole media lives on Hollywood Boulevard. So we're holding a protest there called the Media Freedom March on March 20th at 5:30 Pacific time. Come march with us, link arms, and let our voices be heard to the media who've been trampling all over us for so long. Listen to me, media. Listen to me right now. This is Endgame.
I think he means business. I think he means business, Peter McIndoe. So I was like, wow, coming to my little town of Los Angeles, California. Here he is just going to do a rally, and I'm like working. And so I'm like, how can I go, find out of this? But I also want to get the word out to him that hummingbirds are real, right? I mean, that's what I'm guessing. So here he is being besmirched by the media, who's belittling him and reducing him to this ridiculous trickster instead of the earnest mechanical bird fighter that he is. And so this is what happened. Weirdly enough, and this is, yeah, it totally seems legit. Yeah. And no, this was last Sunday. So this was last Sunday. But weirdly enough, they're about to do their rally, and it was on Hollywood Boulevard, the same place where the Oscars are occurring next week. Suddenly they shut down the whole block. I mean, and apparently not because of the Oscars and they're preparing for the Oscars and putting up the grandstand and all that stuff, but because, they heard that Peter McIndoe was coming here with his hordes of people to protest the surveillance birds. Next time. Yeah. But it's okay. You can go virtually here. So they changed their rally to CNN. Here's their...
Emergency update. The city of Los Angeles is trying to shut down our rally tomorrow. Deep state. I'm literally not even kidding. Last week we announced we're holding a rally on Hollywood Boulevard. This week we go to check it out. They shut the whole street down. Deep state. So instead we're going a block over. We're going over to CNN, the home of the media. We're going right to the evil media palace. And we're going to let them know we're not going to be censored anymore as bird truthers, okay? We'll be marching 5:30 Pacific time tomorrow at CNN headquarters in Los Angeles. Rain or shine, this is Endgame.
Yeah, they're serious. So I was like, I got to take my lunch break and just book on over there. So I took my life in my own hands. I booked on over there, got my mask on, all that stuff. And so here I am there at the rally. Okay, I'm here at the Birds Aren't Real rally. And let's see what's happening here. So I didn't know what was going to happen. Peter McIndoe, head of Birds Aren't Real, is standing on a van, talking. That's not the van right there. I come around the corner. And it's weird because right there, I noticed right away, there's some lovebirds right there. Just, right. I don't know whether they're real. Are lovebirds real? I don't know, but they seem very lovey down there with their masks. He's up on the van screaming with a megaphone. Anderson Cooper. Look at the hordes of people. They're mad too. Look at that guy, he's furious. Yeah, so one of the things about this protest is I was just trying to get around that van, to get a better look at Peter McIndoe and, maybe hear what he's saying. But it's really hard because the guys they were yelling at me. And I felt like I was a protester at a protest because I kind of was, because I was trying to get the message out about hummingbirds. Super tight security. So then I've got to get in there. I got to get in there. They don't hate birds. Okay, now I just go for it. I just go in there. When they're all like in a frenzy, I can totally get in there and get to this guy. There goes. There's the famous van. There he is. I didn't want to go in there with all the, screaming and spitting going on. Okay, so what I did is I got by the van. There's the van right there. You need to stay out of the street. Oh, this guy's yelling at me. Whoa. That guy was pissed. Let's just see that again. Sir, you need to stay out of the street. Sir, you need to stay out of the street. I mean, he's worried about me because, when they see us, probably they're going to, send cars over there to run people over because they don't want the truth to get out, I guess. It's like a mosh pit. Yeah. Not safe at all. Whoa! See, there we go. I almost did get hit by a motorcycle. Thank God that guy's looking out for me. That was probably like a deep state motorcycle, I guess. That's what I'm guessing. So I got around to the side of this thing. Well, let's see the van. Wake up, it says. Need help coming down? This guy needs help coming down. Hang on, Peter. Hey. Hold on. Now I got to get around here. Okay, so over here, I decided to go for it. Hummingbirds are real! Hummingbirds are real! Hummingbirds are real! I think they were kind of confused. Hummingbirds are real! They're like, is he saying aren't real or real? Hummingbirds are! Now they started booing me. Now they were getting the message. Yeah, I was pretty angry. I mean, it was pretty, because I do believe that hummingbirds are real. And anyway, this all has to be edited and put out to the world. Hummingbirds are real! Hummingbirds are real! Hummingbirds are real! Hummingbirds! So, long story short, I never got to talk to Peter McIndoe. We're going to try and get him on the show. There was a post shortly thereafter where Peter McIndoe, apparently while he was in LA, someone gave him a cigar and he smoked it and he ended up in the hospital and they have no idea whether he's going to live or die. There hasn't been really a report. I needed a cape. Oh, there was a guy with a cape. Well, you'll see. I mean, maybe we'll edit the video into something more palatable for the future. Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. I haven't checked recently on their Twitter stream, but somebody was like, hey, you got to tell me if he's going to be okay. And they were like, we do not know. We do not know. Birds aren't real. Let me check. I'm going to see if I can check the status here. Because it is that's why the sad music and the birds. Because I don't know, man. Maybe he shouldn't be smoking cigars. I don't know. He said, there's a post. He says, from here on out, I'll never let you down. I got a family to call mine, and family means no one gets left behind. So I think he's okay. Let's see what Sven says. God, man, that was a brave thing to do. Hilarious as well. Yeah, I mean, I had to go for it because I do believe that the hummingbirds are real. Oh, CAA cigar trick. They used it on Castro. Yeah, I know. It's easy to get a cigar in somebody's mouth because they're like, is this Cuban cigar? I mean, men, they love cigars. In the name of the cult. Yes. Okay, so more now in the name of the cult. I've got a roving reporter in Maui, Todd Lee. He is investigating the bird situation over there because Maui is a part of the United States, of course, as we all know. But you wonder if they got rid of the birds there too. But according to Peter McIndoe, yeah, they did because it's the United States. Let's take a look. There he is.
Hello, Lunch Therapy. This is Todd Lee reporting from the beaches of Kihei in Maui, Hawaii, for those that don't know. I'm on the search this week for relaxation, a little bit of mindfulness, and maybe I'll remember to breathe every once in a while. But I'm also your investigative reporter who will find the celebrities. There's rumors that Cher, Bezos, and somebody named Hamilton, who I can't remember the last name of, lives on this beach somewhere. I'm gonna find him. Checking out for now, live from Kihei, Todd Lee.
That was great. So, Todd, I've got a question for you. Can you find Warren and talk to him, perhaps? Maybe do an interview with Warren. Maybe Annabelle, I don't know, at the magic shop. Here's another clip from Todd. Apparently, he found some of the surveillance birds.
It's Todd Lee reporting. There's a lizard or a gecko. And I'm also watching very closely as they're watching me. There's so many monitors around it, so many birds. Just acting like it's the normal bird. But we all know it's not real.
Wow. That's some heavy stuff there. Wow. So anyway, that's the latest on Birds Aren't Real. Really appreciate Todd Lee reporting from Maui, and hopefully he's going to talk to Warren and Annabelle. Hopefully he's going to talk to Oprah and whoever else might be there in Maui. I know there's tons and tons of celebrities there. It'll be great for the roving reporters. Also, oh yeah, okay, good. We got a confirmation here that he is going to look for Warren. That sounds good. Okay, so now we got to move on because this show is rolling. There's been a lot of news. We're going to need to calm down a little bit. So I'm thinking that perhaps the excitement will roll on with some wildlife therapy. As you all know, or if you're a viewer of Lunch Therapy, we have a roving reporter, a couple of them now, in the country of Thailand. That's Mayada Loman in this case. Mayada Loman is there. She's a teacher. She videoed these monkeys for us and our wildlife therapy. And I just wanted to present them here. You know, we haven't done a show on monkeys yet, and I'm sure we will as soon as I can. I mean, it is just, maybe we're going to have to do like a specific monkey because monkeys, they're deep, They've got their own philosophy. They've got their own language, perhaps. They use tools. I was listening to something about humans recently. I think it was on the Joe Rogan show. They had that guy, Sadhguru, on there. And Joe Rogan was trying to talk about how humans are superior to animals because of our intellect. And Sadhguru said, actually, the only upper hand that we have on animals is that we are really good at using tools. And he made this good point. He said, you know, if there's a screw in the desk and I tell you to take the screw out, you can, you know, break your teeth and break your hands and try and get that screw out, but you won't be able to. But if I hand you a screwdriver, you got a screw loose. Now we're going to move on to frogs. Frogs. So frogs, I do know something about. I have researched frogs. And I think one of the things is frogs they have 6,000 species of frogs. So there's so many frogs to look at. And the fun part about frogs, too, is that the poisonous ones alert their predators. This is nice of them, really. They alert their predators. I suppose it's survival as well. That they're poisonous by having really bright colors. So glad that Greg Wardle is here. Not using tools, making tools. Interesting. I love that because that's a very, very important nuance there, Greg, because it's the fact that we can come up with these ideas and make tools. Whereas monkeys, I was having a problem there too because the monkeys are there, they're using tools too, but they're not making very specific tools, like computers, I guess. It could be a tool. Is a computer a tool? I'm a tool, that's for sure. Howler monkeys are so loud and tiny. Oh my gosh, we got to talk about the howler monkeys. They scream. LA Zoo monkeys. Those were Thai monkeys. Spider monkeys are my therapy. Oh, spider monkeys. This is great. We're getting suggestions. Joel, you do have a screw loose. Monkeys, beavers, even octopi can use tools. Although the proper word is octopuses. Yep. It's hard to just dissuade yourself from saying octopi, though, because octopi just seems like it makes so much more sense, and maybe they'll change the language. This is a tree frog. So frogs have been around since at least since the dinosaurs. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. 200 million years old at least. The largest is the Goliath frog of West Africa. It's 15 inches, and it can be 15 inches and weigh up to 7 pounds. Yeah. And these are actual facts from the American Museum of Natural History, so I'm not just making this stuff up. In case you're wondering if there's some, false facts on this show, no, not in this segment at least. Toads are frogs. They're frogs. Remember frog and toad? The only difference between the frogs and the toads is the toads they're just more bumpy and a little drier. It's kind of like me. They have excellent night vision. They have those bulging eyes, but what you maybe didn't know is that they will squish their eyes down when they eat food to help them swallow the food. And it squishes into the upper palate and pushes the food down. I am not making this up. Frogs were the first land animals with vocal cords. A while back we were talking about whales and how they can communicate with other whales, maybe on the other side of the world. But frogs, they've got vocal cords. They can communicate maybe a mile. You've heard them out there. Greg Wordless says, actually, fact-checking, octopus is derived from the Greek. So the correct plural is octopodes. Who says octopodes? Nobody says octopodes. Goliath frogs are in the Harry Potter movies. You see that sometimes when you miss an entire movement like Harry Potter, like you totally miss it, you're like saying stuff that people already know. Which is cool. Okay, so they can leap sometimes more than 20 times their body length. 20 times. So Richard Attenborough was talking on the show about frogs, and he said there's this frog that can leap so far that if he were my size, he could leap the length of a football field. And they explained frogs when they coil down to jump. I don't know. Coil? I don't know. When they crouch down to jump, their tendons stretch so much, they're like rubber bands, So when they let go, those rubber bands launch them as if they were like a catapult. That's why they go flying through the air. And there's even a frog that has webbed feet that flies like a flying squirrel, I guess. It's in Costa Rica. I never saw these when I was in Costa Rica. I got to go back. That's where the howler monkeys are too. Let's see. Sven says octopus is Latin, so the correct plural is octopi. All right, we got a debate happening here on Lunch Therapy. This is fantastic. We're gonna have to get to the bottom of this. What do they call an octopus in Flemish? That's what I'd like to know. What's the word for octopus in Flemish? I think that Sven could answer that one for me. That's so cool. Yeah, it's cool. Todd Lee says, seen HP? You're no longer my friend. Just kidding. But maybe not. Oh, Harry Potter. Oh, I'm going to rectify this. It's a problem that I have not seen any of the Harry Potter. I know. I'm going to have to work on it. Dude, you so went to Frog Facts from the American... I so did. Of course I did. I'm not going to give you false facts. When I was little, my parents took me to Trinidad. And in the hotel pool, there were hundreds of tiny frogs. So maybe, Greg, you can tell me some more stuff because there's some cool stuff in that, cool facts there. Cold-blooded amphibians, their body temperature changes to the temperature of the world around them. Okay, so here's something that's not on that page. It's a frog. This is the frog. You know what kind of frog that is? Greg Wordla, look that one up, huh? That is a frog that only lives in Lake Titicaca. I didn't know Lake Titicaca was a thing. And it's actually if not the highest. Now that I've got Greg here, I gotta be really careful. It is the highest lake, I'm gonna say the highest lake in the world, the highest altitude, Lake Titicaca. And it's in Peru. Am I right? Uh-oh, we got more stuff about the octopus. Inkvis, which means inkfish. Wow. Thank you, Sven. That's super interesting. Inkfish. No, it's not. It's a Latinized word. But Greek in origin. Octopus. Interesting. Goliath frog. Want to really free yourself? Do the Wordle every day for a week. I think on the show we're going to have to do a Wordle sometime. I've been kind of threatening to do that. Anyway, I want to talk about this frog, the Lake Titicaca frog. The reason he's very wrinkly, and the reason he's very wrinkly is because he gets oxygen through his skin. And so he's in the water, he's underwater all the time. And he gets oxygen through his skin, through the water, and there's not a lot of oxygen up there in the Andes or whatever. And so in order for him to get oxygen, he has to have more surface area on his skin. So that's why he's all wrinkly. And this picture, which is Peter Hemmernick from the Prague Zoo, doesn't quite do the wrinkles justice. It's crazy. But I use this one because it's a Wikipedia one, so I can use it on the show. So I'm very careful about that. You should beep out the name of the lake. Gives me the giggles. Let's see if it gives me the giggles too. However, in English language, octopuses is the correct usage. Yes! Vindication. Yes, I'm supposed to be having applause here, but the music's too loud. Titicaca. It's pretty weird. It's a pretty fun name. I like it. All right, so I just want to get past this because there's a lot of octopus talk, and there seems to be something very important that I wanted to show y'all, and that is the glass octopus that we saw last week. So last week I showed briefly this video of the glass octopus, and there was a lot of titter. Titter? Is that, yeah, there's tittering. I think tittering is like laughing though. But there was a lot of actual interest in the glass octopus. After the show, people were asking me, like, what are we looking at in this glass octopus? Where does the glass octopus live? I don't, I'm going to need help from Greg Wurla on this one because it is pretty amazing. Apparently to be able to see a glass octopus is just completely rare because it's one of these really deep organisms that lives only in very particular places. I did my research and I found this thing called the Schmidt Ocean Institute, and they actually have these robotic platforms, they call them, and they go down into the ocean to catch video of these incredible organisms that are in the very deep recesses of the ocean. Like the movie Abyss, right? Like the movie Abyss. I love that movie, Abyss. That, of course, is a James Cameron movie, and he is really into the oceans, too. But I was like, look at all the toys that they have. It's crazy, the toys that they have to, just go down and see these organisms. This one goes 4,500 meters. It's a remotely operated vehicle called Sebastian. Anyway, that's probably the one that they took a picture of that glass octopus with, just so you're, in case you were wondering. It is a fascinating thing, and you wonder where they get the money for this kind of thing. Yeah, there's a whole video here that you can watch about this, and there's music and laughter and sunshine while you watch this video, but I can't play the music because then ban me from the internet, of course. Okay, good, facts. Thank you. Lives at 3,000 feet. Is about 1.5 feet in length, and they live for 2 to 5 years. I wonder how they know how long they live, because they see them so rarely. Starting an octopus aren't real cult right now. Octopuses aren't real. So anyway, it's got this arm on it. It goes down there. It's got robotic arms, and you're like, who's paying for all this, right? And it turns out this is an institute, Schmidt Ocean Institute, was, I guess it's funded by this guy, Eric Schmidt. I don't know if you know who Eric Schmidt is, but Eric Schmidt is he was the CEO of Google for a long, long time. And apparently they just bought a new boat. There's a boat theme. There's a little bit of a boat theme. I'm on a boat. But this is a very, very special boat. They have had multiple boats. I got to see just really quickly here. They got all these people. And I just want to say Wendy Schmidt and Eric Schmidt, they're the ones who founded this thing. And I think, this is kind of a good thing, because a lot of times we're looking at like these Silicon Valley people and we're like, their priorities are all messed up. And I don't know, is it messed up to make a giant Falcor boat to go look at some octopuses? I almost said it. Oh no. Lake Titicaca really got Todd going. That's a short life. It is. No wonder they're so hard to find, right? I'm going to Google him. Google Eric Schmidt, because I'm on a boat by the lonely island. There's a lot of interesting stuff about Eric Schmidt, and I want to actually, because that took me, down a rabbit hole about artificial intelligence and such things. We are going to get some experts on the show to talk about that, but right now we are going to talk about, we're just going to say, this is the glass octopus, and this is how they find it. They have to. You can't just go on vacation and take a picture of the glass octopus. You have to invest some time and robotics in that. So I wanted to show you some of, what they do. Let's see if this is the Schmidt people.
In a changing world, the ocean seems constant.
Yeah.
An ever-present body filled with wonder and
them.
wide open to discovery. The ocean is a primary driver of our climate. As our climate changes, so too will the ocean. New solutions to address climate and human health depend on our understanding of this vast ecosystem. Schmidt Ocean Institute works to catalyze the discoveries needed to ensure the health of our planet through scientific research and intelligent observation, technological advancement, open sharing of information, and public engagement. Innovation and technology make new solutions possible. Schmidt Marine Technology Partners amplifies this through a venture philanthropy model to support the development.
Anyway, I just want to scratch the surface of that. There's scratch the surface of the ocean, because I think I want to look more into this and see what kind of things are going on in the ocean, because I think it's important. I think that the things that they get back, though, are just unbelievable. Here's some of the footage on their YouTube channel of other things besides octopuses, and I think maybe there might be some octopus footage. Probably can't play that music. Play my own music. There has to be a Starbucks down there somewhere. There has to be, right? It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's how we're going to end the show, just with a few images like that, and then we're going to go into a dance break, of course, because I have the incredible musical stylings of Rod DeGeorge. Yeah, so we're gonna do some Led Zeppelin at the end of the show. I had some other things that I want to show you, but there is one final note from Todd Lee. Look at that! Oh my God, look at that! Those fish, when I was a kid, I had a book and I had those deep sea fish in there, and now, through the magic of weird robotic camera things named Sebastian, we can actually see these things for ourselves. So head on over to their channel, Schmidt Ocean. I'm sure they don't need the hits because they own the internet over there at Schmidt. But let's get on with it. Okay, so Todd Lee's final notes, and then we'll get into the dance break. Oh, wait, Mike Knox had that book. Yeah, wasn't that something? The Crazy Creatures? We're going to have to look at more of this stuff. Wondering if there are... Let me just stop this for a second. Just to see what people are saying. Wondering if there are sweetwater octopi. He's still sticking with the octopi. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, I don't even know if I can be showing this stuff, but weird that we both loved. Yeah, Camo loved the underwater fish too. Mike Knox. Maybe that's, when you go into the entertainment industry, it's because of that book. Because you're like, this is blowing my mind. I think I've got to do some acting or comedy or something. I don't know. Let's listen to Todd Lee's final notes here and his resolve on what he's going to set out to do, because he's really envisioning the future.
Hello, it's Todd Lee, your lunch therapy reporter live from Maui. I can't look too close, but over my shoulder, there's a house I'm pretty sure is owned by somebody important.
Somebody important owns the house.
And this mountain behind us, most of that's owned by Oprah. And I know that because I drove by her plantation.
She has a mountain.
She had many guards, and we were not allowed close.
Wow.
And as I look out on the water and I watch people go by, I go, is that a celebrity? I guess we'll never know. All for now. Signing out? Is that what they say?
No.
Todd Lee.
I think they say back to you. Back to you. Yeah, so back to you. Back to us. Okay, so the show's got to end because it's 1 o'clock already. And but anyway, dance break is coming up. I'll see you all on Friday. I wanted to say that not this Friday, but next Friday, we've got a Broncar Lee of Collision of Rhythm. That's going to be a really special one. Aaron Williams, Aaron Grooves. He has several last names. He's been on the show before. This is his partner, Broncar, so that's going to be super fun. That's coming up April 1st. I'm doing a live show on March 31st at the Federal Bar. That's next Thursday. Federal Bar in the Valley. If you want to come out and do some see some stand-up, all right, it's dance time. Beatbox, yeah. That's right. Broncar's a beatbox expert. He's so good. Oligarchs forever. That must be a response to the Maui Wowie, Emmanuel Lewis. So this is one of those quarantine songs that Rod DeGeorge has made for us and allowed us to play on the show. We didn't make it just for us. We made it for everybody. But we're enjoying it here. I don't think we have enough Rolling Stones on the show. So it's nice to have. And wait till she starts singing. More birds. Uh-oh. Not that kind of bird. It's a great song. Are penguins real? I don't know. Doesn't seem like penguins could surveil that much. They're kind of, you see them coming a mile away. They're not that fast, not that stealthy. So excited. Oh, I said Led Zeppelin! We have so much Led Zeppelin on this show. Not Led Zeppelin. It's the Rolling Stones, for God's sakes. Band's so good they named a magazine after them. Oh, wait. Penguins are watching the planet melt. More reason to have the robotic Sebastians trying to figure it all out. I think they need a robot to like get into our head and figure out what the hell we're thinking. Wow, listen to her. All right, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks, Rod DeGeorge channel. I wish I knew everyone's name in this song. Gotta figure it out. Rock dance. Back to you, Joel. That's it. You gotta practice it. Aloha. Oh, I like that too. All right, see y'all on Friday for more lunch therapy.